This podcast may contain adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome back to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I'm your host, the one that likes looking at titties, me.
And I'm never wrong, Mrs. Always Right.
I mean, that was clever. I like what you did there. I mean, I
really had to blurt it out quick.
I mean, I didn't get it, but okay.
I know.
There was no flow.
I know.
I mean, there was absolutely no flow.
That's why I don't ad-lib bullshit like that, because
just think of this episode as one long blooper reel, and we're good, right?
I was never taught proper English, apparently.
You were never taught English to begin with.
Okay.
And we are coming to you from Texas's ugliest city, that little trailer park in Houston, Texas.
I think Houston is, the whole town is a
here's
trailer
the thing.
park, right?
If you don't know by now, you haven't listened before.
He wants a drink.
He does not want to drink.
No, he just wants to fuck with you.
Every town. I'm trying to feed the cat moonshine, but
it's fucking hilarious.
Fuck you, PETA. How about that shit? Are you gonna? Oh, you're finally choking on something other than my dick. That's so cute.
Oh God. Fuck you, PETA. Shit.
Well,
Oh God.
I mean, cats can be alcoholics too, is all I'm saying.
Not him. He doesn't even eat canned cat food.
He smells that and he's like, fuck
He's
you,
like-
bitch. Look.
He's like, oh, I can't lay over here, dude. You're making me sick with this shit. Okay, anyway, back to what you were saying about Houston.
I have no idea.
You something about
I
if
have
you've
no
ever
idea.
listened to us, you know.
Oh, yeah. So unless this is your first episode, I think you figured out by now we just basically make up the fucking town we're in.
God, now you fucking ruined it for everybody.
Oh,
What?
excuse me. We really travel and we go to all these places. Actually, I've been to Houston. Kind of boring there.
Yeah, I've been there too.
It really is ugly.
Yeah.
And it smells. Well, that's more Pasadena, but
Yeah.
if you've ever watched Urban Cowboy, I mean, that's what Pasadena is.
Yeah. But Uncle
Bob? Bitch, you're drinking water and I'm drinking moonshine and I can get the fucking words out.
I know. Well, what I was going to say is
What?
that Uncle Bob's house, his neighborhood does not look like it does.
Nothing like that. Ask us how we know.
We have been there. We drove by Uncle Bob's house.
Do you remember the day I met him?
purpose.
Do you remember the day I met him?
Yes.
I met Uncle Bob.
You have. I would start calling him Uncle Bob every time he came in. Uncle Bob!
Babe, he has got to be tired of that shit.
I'm sure. But whatever.
If
There's
you ever
just
watched,
certain
if you've ever
things.
watched The Ranch or
Oh my God.
Urban Cowboy,
Yes.
Barry Corbin, I actually got a photo with him. I don't think he was very impressed with me because he wasn't smiling, and I think he just wanted to eat his fucking wings and be left alone. But
Probably.
I'm like,
but if you ever really watch any movies or anything he's been in, he doesn't really smile a lot anyway.
well, he's just an old grumpy fucking redneck. That's what he goddamn does.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about the guy.
Exactly. But what I was going to say is there are certain lines when you see certain people, no matter what, you want to say them. You know? Like,
So is being famous a curse? Or is being typecast a curse?
I can see where typecast would be worse of a curse than just being famous.
So every time you see William Shatner, do you see Captain Kirk?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes. I know he was in more than Star Trek.
Oh, he was also a hooker. I mean, he was in TJ Hooker.
Yes, he was. But yes, there are certain, and I feel, unfortunately, for a lot of actors, when they start doing certain roles,
midgets?
No, not like Tootsie Rolls. So when you're typecast, that's all you basically get. You're typecast,
It's
and
still
it
a
basically
job.
ruins your career from really. excelling and expanding, and
So what
it's
you're telling me,
unfortunate for
what you're
them.
telling me, if I get cast in a TV show or movie,
Yes.
and I do, let's say I do 2 or 3 movies or TV shows, and I'm playing the same type of character, and I get typecast, isn't that still better going to fucking work in a goddamn factory?
I mean, yeah.
Like,
But don't
hey,
you want?
hey, you're typecast as a fucked up space alien who's addicted to sex and cocaine. Yeah, I can play that role all fucking day. Where's the next stage?
Right, but what I'm saying is, don't you feel that you're inside? You're like, but I'm more than this. I went to Harvard, or not Harvard, but wait, Juilliard. You know what I mean? I went to Juilliard, and so
It doesn't
I'm
always work
more
out
than
that
this.
way.
I mean, that's true.
Sean Connery started out as James Bond,
Yeah,
and he ended up on a fucking Russian sub with a Scottish accent.
yeah.
Okay. And you masturbate him to him like 3 times in Medicine Man. Yeah. See? Tell me you didn't.
No,
oh,
I
Sean.
did.
Sean, I'm diddling myself.
Stop it!
Oh, Sean.
Oh my God!
Cure my cervical cancer.
He did cure cancer.
Oh, he cured your cancer.
Oh, buddy,
he cured
Yes,
your
sir.
loneliness, didn't he?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Isn't that
yes,
what
sir,
you
yes,
named
sir.
your fucking dildo with, Sean?
Yeah, that's what
Sean
I name them all.
Cockery?
That's what I name them all. They're all named Sean. That way I can't get them mixed up.
Oh, we need to do more drunk episodes is all I'm saying.
Do we?
No,
Do we?
no.
I didn't think so.
This is horrible. I wonder if AA will sponsor us. That'd be cool.
Assholes Anonymous?
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Oh.
Takes one to know one is all I'm saying.
Oh. Would you consider yourself an alcoholic?
No, I'm not a quitter.
It'll take me 12 steps to finish this bottle. Are you
I'm not an
fucking
angry
kidding
drunk.
me?
I'm a happy drunk. Except when I'm fighting. Or cussing.
Or around people, or breathing.
The
or
only
the
time-
sun
here's
is
the only
out,
thing, right?
Or it's dark, or
Typically, when we met, I didn't drink a lot.
what the fuck?
I didn't drink every day.
Oh, okay,
Dude.
okay. I see what you're saying.
Right?
I see what you're saying.
But I
yes.
would go and get drunk, right? Every night we go to the bar and go get drunk. Here over the last couple of
You
years.
still do that.
Thanks COVID, I've been drinking every day. But I mean, I don't come home and beat you. You got any black eyes?
First of all, I'm not home.
Is there
when you
any
get home.
is there any letter of the alphabet that's black for you? Is all I'm saying. No black eyes, no black C's, nothing like that.
No, no, you are not violent. You are not degrading. You are not.
Because
you're-
I feel and look, I'm not here to judge people.
Okay.
Y'all do them.
Right,
All right. But apparently they're going to meetings because it's a problem.
right.
Can it become a problem to me? Sure, but hopefully I die before then.
Okay. Can I tell you something
Would you
that I
please?
read or heard years ago, and I don't know why
Does it
I
have to do
remember
with-
it all of a sudden?
Does it have to do with dick or vagina?
Drinking.
Oh.
Did you? Do you realize that the day after the Super Bowl, more domestic violence happens?
Yes.
Okay.
And Cowboys games.
A football game. Yeah.
Well, more Cowboy.
But-
well, there's a lot of Cowboys fans, and domestic
Yes.
violence rises
Yes.
the day of or after.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I quit
Yes.
watching football. I was tired of beating your ass.
Whatever. Never
Can
happened.
you just play the victim once? You know what? I would say don't, because the cops show up here, I'm gonna get pissed.
Exactly.
Right?
And I'll say, I don't know this man, and you'll be thrown in
You've
jail.
already done that, and
I
almost
know.
got kicked out of Walmart.
See, there you go. So I can play the pot because I went to Juilliard.
Because I went to Juilliard.
Juilliard is an acting school, right?
Last week, yeah. Well, I've never been. I don't know.
Isn't that what Beetlejuice says? I spent, he did this and he did.
Beetlejuice is dead. Who gives a fuck what that guy
No,
has to say?
remember when he's given, they're saying, well, can you be scary? Well, of course I can be scary. I lived through the Black Plague. I went, remember that? And I spent so many years at Juilliard. And of course I
Sure,
can be
I remember.
scary.
Sure, babe. I remember.
Really? You don't remember that? Are you kidding me?
Do you see what's in my fucking glass? I can't remember fucking 10 minutes ago.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you remember what we were
carry
talking
the
about
show.
last week?
You mean 10 minutes ago?
Do you remember 10 minutes ago? No. So last week, you left off saying something about having a crush on a teacher.
The very first crush I can ever remember having,
yes,
was on my first grade teacher.
Teacher, not a student.
Teacher.
A teacher.
Teacher.
And what?
See, I was destined for older women, babe.
I think so. Yeah.
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 But
wow.
I do remember. I remember everything about her.
Really? Oh, that's
Is that fucked up?
Sweet. No, it's kind of sweet.
Or stalkerish, however you want to fucking phrase it.
Well, okay.
I mean, even Jeffrey Dahmer had crushes.
Have you? Yes, and yeah. But have you looked her up on Facebook, social media? So it's not stalkerish.
No.
It's nothing stalkerish because you've not checked into her.
I haven't looked her up because now she'd be like 70, and I just think that's kind of weird.
Hey, you know what? You like older women, though.
I don't like diaper old.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't like diaper and broke old. I could take diaper and rich old.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Maybe she's rich.
She was a teacher.
Okay, but maybe she married somebody rich. He died and left her all the money.
What
and
do you
now
think this is fucking Cinderella?
Man.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Something poked me on my arm.
Wasn't me. Ask me how I know.
No, I know. I know. Really,
Did you ever have a crush on a teacher?
On a teacher? No, but
Who was your first crush?
A couple of teachers. I hated
them?
Hated.
What grades?
Could not. 6th grade. I remember the first time
I had plenty of teachers I hated.
The first time I really remember disliking a teacher, I was in 6th grade. It was right before I started middle school.
Can I interject here real quick?
Yes.
Since you always interrupt my stories.
Oh, yeah, by all means.
Is there a difference between hate and dislike?
Well, at the time, I thought I hated him.
Oh,
okay.
Him.
It was a him.
He must have had a big dick. But anyway, go ahead.
How does that even fit into the story at all?
I don't know. If we don't talk about dick or vagina in our stories, we don't get downloads. So you know the rule. We have to have sex, poop, dick, vagina.
Poop, shower, alcohol.
All right. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. No. Was it? Yes, it was 6th grade. We had moved to where we were living, where I graduated high school, Crowley. Shout out Crowley people.
Crowley.
It's where I met Mr. Russell. Just saying.
Do we have to go there?
I'm just saying.
Fuck.
You know what? He never showed up for lunch. You hurt my feelings.
I mean, that is true, but I think he had other things going on.
It's fine. It's fine.
And the Rona over the last couple years.
Yeah.
Can't believe I worked for your fucking boyfriend. Jesus.
So funny. I mean, he wasn't.
That's not funny at all.
I wouldn't ever really. I mean, he was a boyfriend, but not really.
Did he give you his hat band?
Well, hell yeah, I did.
Then he basically fucked you.
It was a feather hat band. I'll never forget it, and I kept it for years.
He basically fucked you. Is all I'm saying.
No.
I mean, in my book, that's my book.
Anyway, so
he smelt it.
What the fuck? No. Anyway,
you ever had anybody steal your panties to smell them?
Not that I know of.
That's why it works.
Whatever. You're fucking weird, dude.
Tell me something I don't know.
So listen, I'm going to tell you about the teacher.
Oh, wait, no, bitch, because last episode you just like fucking trampled all over my ding-dong clitoris story. But no, you go right the fuck ahead.
You know what? If you've got a good story and interject with it, then it's fine. I just
wanted to say ding-dong clitoris. Anyway, go ahead.
Wow. Okay. So I didn't like him. He was my math teacher. Dick. No, he was my math teacher. He was a nerd. Oh, God, he was so nerdy. But I guess 6th grade teachers are all basically really nerdy anyway.
We're looking for young chicks, one of the two.
Hey, could have been. No, I doubt it. No, because I think he was married. Anyway, I'll never forget his name. I remember his name. You said you still remember
I remember
your
her name. Yeah, okay, her last name. I never knew her first name. I was in 1st grade.
Okay, I'm not sure I remember this guy's first name.
And she was a miss, not a Mrs. at the time. I could have been her husband. I'm just saying. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm really surprised you weren't. I
could have been. I was like hot in 1st grade.
Yeah, sure.
Like bleach blonde hair. I was all of like fucking 2'6". I could pull any bitch.
Ooh, yeah, you had them in the palm of
I'm
your
telling
hands.
you,
Yes,
2'6"
sir.
in first grade. I was like the tallest kid in by 3/4 of an inch. I'm there.
Wow.
Word.
You were about it.
I don't 2'6", 3, probably more like 4, right? 4 foot.
No.
What's a first grader?
First grade is like Eli.
Okay.
And how
So
big
about
is
3'1".
Maybe,
Okay.
I guess.
I was
maybe.
at least 3'2", is all I'm telling you, okay?
Okay.
I could have pulled them bitches.
You could have reeled them right in, honey. Reeled them right
all
in.
right.
Oh, speaking of reeling.
Go ahead with your dysfunction.
There's a fishing story I want to tell. When
Does
I
it
said
involve a
reel-
phone?
A phone?
Go ahead.
No. No. We've told that story. So,
Yes, dig
this
through the
teacher-
archives and find that story. Just go.
No, this teacher, my math teacher, I did not like him. I still remember his name. I don't know why I fucking couldn't stand that class. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. And I would become hard to believe, kind of
Really?
disruptive
What?
and kind of like an asshole in his class, right? I remember doing this. And so I got in trouble a few times in his class. He called my mom. My mom goes up there,
And he's like, your daughter's a cunt.
Yeah, he probably did say that. I don't even know. But anyway, so we had this big discussion, and it turns out that I was bored in his class, right? It's not that I disliked him, but I thought I
Nothing
did.
a little bit of teacher-student porn would have fixed. But anyway, go ahead.
That's exactly what we did. We lived happily ever after. So anyway, he gave me some test or something like that. Well, then it
Help me,
turns out,
brother, I'm stuck in the washer. Anyway, go
stop
ahead.
it. He actually started going to the high school
Okay.
and getting work for me to do from high school.
So he
in
had a
math
crush on you.
class. No, and then after that, we were like best friends. It's like in my mind, I thought I didn't like him because I was bored. I'm not saying I'm really smart in math, but back then apparently I was, because by the time I got to high school, I didn't ever have to take math for math credit because I already had it.
You just
I'm just
defined
saying.
my whole scholastic career.
What? You're bored all throughout.
Right. Except in math, because I sucked. But there was a reason why I sucked in math that I didn't even know.
Kind of.
I mean, are you with your
dick-
fingers? Are you doing the vagina thing? I don't.
Dick Lessless.
I was dyslexic with numbers. Okay,
Dick Lessless.
Which I didn't even know until about 10 years ago. Okay, I didn't even. It's not that I didn't know. I just didn't realize it.
Right. Okay.
And it kind of pisses me off once I realized what the fucking problem is. That my teachers couldn't see it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
9th grade. So I had 2 other teachers that stood out. 7th grade life science, 9th grade pre-algebra.
That's funny.
Okay?
Wait, funny you say
Can
7th
I fucking
grade?
tell a story?
No, listen. Funny you say 7th grade science.
Okay,
right?
life science.
Okay, but mine was
That's
science.
where we saw penis pictures and vagina pictures for the first time.
Okay, well, no, that was probably called
And,
sex ed.
and
back-
dissected a frog and a cat.
Yeah, okay. Well, we never had to do a cat.
Well, we should do Bob.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
All right, fuck 'em.
But I remember my 7th grade science teacher, and it was a she, and I do remember her.
I'm trying not to say it.
What? Oh, God. No. This woman was, back then, I was in 7th grade. She was fucking old back then.
It rhymes
Now,
with
she
presbian.
She probably wasn't as old as I thought she was. She's probably...
Because everybody looks old to a 7th grader.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
bitch, you're old. How old are you?
Oh my God.
I'm like 35. You're like fucking grandma. What's up?
You know what? It's so funny. I remember my
Why are you giving me
kindergarten
like the
teacher.
Dr. Dre fucking hand signals?
Hi, whatever. Kindergarten. I remember my kindergarten teacher, and I loved her. Loved her, right? So she was
I had this old black woman for a fucking kindergarten teacher.
That's exactly
this
what
bitch-
I had.
This bitch took a ruler to the back of my fucking hand. I
That's
swear.
probably because you were a dickhead.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
But she was old school discipline.
Really?
Oh,
You
that
know,
woman was.
That's because she's black. I'm gonna tell you that.
And now
right
you say that, I remember my 5th grade teacher, and I'll tell you why later. But go ahead.
So yeah, my kindergarten teacher, I remember her. I felt she was an old black woman, right? So, but it's so funny because when my kids, when they were little and they started kindergarten, they had the same teacher in kindergarten. Yes, and I was like, dang, that bitch wasn't as old as I thought she was. But I was in kindergarten, so I thought she was really fucking old. But she might have been. Like, I don't know. She might have been 20 or
my kindergarten teacher was
25.
old. I mean, like Kane old.
So, I mean, that's what I thought about her,
the old
too,
wood,
but she wasn't.
You remember the old wooden rulers? The old
yes.
wooden rulers?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Man, you acted up. She came up, and you didn't even see it coming. It was like crack. You're like, what the fuck? Of course, I didn't say fucking kindergarten. I'm like, I was all crying and shit. I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
Well, what a fucking cut.
I go from 1st grade, had a crush on my 1st grade teacher.
Yeah.
The next significant...
But you hated the kindergarten teacher.
I didn't say I hated her. I just said she had a way with discipline.
She was old school discipline.
Maybe that's
got you
where I'm with my old BDSM shit. But that's neither here nor there, okay? I mean, some people leave impressions on young kids is all I'm saying. I mean, we developed this shit from somewhere, right?
Maybe you started being bad in class just so she would do it.
I mean, maybe, right? Kinky kindergartner. It all rhymes with K.
It all goes together now. It all makes sense.
Personality dysfunctions. See, this is where we are really on an understanding. So, two things about my 5th grade teacher.
Okay, fifth grade. What kind? What?
So I went
one
to
class or
no 5th grade was one class. Yeah.
Okay, one.
So
teacher.
I went to more of a poverty elementary school at this point in time in 5th grade.
Okay.
This teacher, we were doing. Oh my God, I remember this. So we had to read pages of books to win a contest, and she had a solar system set up, and we all had to We all had to draw spaceships and put on there to track how many pages we read. I did a space shuttle because that was like the fucking cool thing.
Oh, snap.
Well, until 6th grade and it blew up, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
But, so she was doing this read pages to win a contest. So I'm like, you know what, bitch, I'm going to win. And she wasn't even good looking, but I don't know why I liked her. I go to the library. And I'm looking through the books on the shelves, and I don't even care about the title. I'm looking for how thick that motherfucker is.
You want the biggest book?
I want the biggest outside of the dictionary and the Bible. I found this book. And I still remember the title to this book. It was called
War and Peace.
Adam of the Road.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know. I can't even remember what this fucking book was about.
Adam of the Road.
But I read every fucking page of this book to win this fucking contest.
No, you did not.
I swear to fucking baby
now,
Jesus.
Was it thick to your little bitty 5th grade hands?
I mean, we're talking at like 500 pages to a 5th grader.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You searching that shit right now?
I am.
Please do. Because there's also another book she wrote. She read to us out loud.
Okay.
Which was A Wrinkle in Time.
You know what?
Remember? Because
I have heard about that book before, but
they made a movie of it. And that was the most intriguing. She read that to us. We didn't read it.
See, I was thinking, for whatever reason, when you said that, I was thinking, not A Wrinkle in Time.
Please look up Adam of the Road, because I remember that book.
It was, what am I thinking of? Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Never heard of it. But
really,
I'm not literally. I'm literally challenged, right? Literal,
literally.
Whatever writing. The other word for writing is. But yeah, so I read this whole book, and then the other thing that stands out to me. So we're in class one day, and we're just like nothing. It's silence on her, silence on us, and she looks at the class, and I remember this fucking. I swear to God, verbatim. She goes, "Bitch," and we all perked up. She goes, "Y'all know where that word comes from?"
Female dog.
Female dog. That's where she started in on that. Female dog. That was my 5th grade teacher. My 7th grade life science teacher made an impact on me, and my 9th grade algebra teacher. But that was because math. I sucked at math. And I had to, I couldn't go to lunch because I had to fucking do extra credit in fucking pre-algebra for for math. I couldn't go to lunch.
Oh.
She tried, but I always felt in math I got the right answer, but I always wrote it down wrong.
Aw.
I'm a retard. We're okay.
It's fine.
No, we're
it's
okay.
fine. Okay, so Adam of the Road actually is a novel by Elizabeth.
Thank you. It's real.
It is real. I didn't find how many pages are in this book.
Well, it
but
depends on how it's printed.
It's Adam of the Road is a novel by Elizabeth Janet Gray Vining. And I've heard this name before, but it says Vining.
I haven't.
Vining won the Newbery Medal for Excellence in American Children's Literature in 1943.
I read a book about what?
Yeah, from the book. And it says that it's set in 13th century England.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, it says 11-year-old Adam loved to travel throughout 13th century
Adam
England.
of the Road.
Yes,
Thank you.
13th century England with his father, a wandering minstrel.
Wait. What does minstrel mean?
I'm thinking like minister type thing.
Oh, or he was bleeding. One of the fucking two.
One of the two.
I don't remember blood in this novel, though.
And his dog, Nick.
Was it sponsored by Tampon?
Maybe. So it says, but when Nick is stolen and his father disappears, Adam suddenly finds himself alone. He searches the same roads that he's traveled with his father. Father.
You are my father.
Meeting various people along the way. You can actually buy it on Amazon.
I don't know if I could read that book again.
You know what? It might be. I don't know. It might be fun.
But why does the title of that book stand out to me? But I can't remember shit about that fucking book.
I don't know. Oh, look.
Oh shit! Does it have a picture of a kid on the front of it, like
with
walking
a dog?
down the road? Yeah,
with a dog, kind of like
remember
Old Yeller.
I remember the cover of that book.
Look, I'll show you. Right there, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, except ours was the non-color version. The one I read had the non-color on it.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. No, I just seen here it says Adam of the Road PDF. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I can download this. And
I read that fucking entire. That was the thickest book I could find on the shelf. Did I ever tell you my spaceship was a space shuttle? I told you that, right?
Yeah, that the publication date was 1942.
Are you trying to tell me I read classic literature?
Yeah. Now, there was a 1987 edition.
Yeah. I was in 5th grade way before 1987.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. That's funny.
How is that funny? How
you actually read a for real book.
A for real book.
By a for real
and you want to know the truth?
Author.
That's the last for real book I read.
Okay. Now what was it's not where the sidewalk in. What A Wrinkle in Time,
mm-hmm.
right? Okay.
And I got that book for our daughter, our youngest daughter.
Uh-huh.
But it looked to me more of a kid's book. But then I'm like, well, when I remember that book, I was a kid.
Okay. I'm going to have to watch this Wrinkle in Time. Apparently in 2018.
It's a movie. They made a movie.
Yeah, they made a sci-fi movie.
I'm scared to watch it.
Reese Witherspoon in it. I have no idea what this it's about. It says after the disappearance of her scientist father, 3 peculiar beings send Meg, her brother, and her friend.
Meg, I remember that.
To space in order to find him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be into this. I don't know.
Well, I'm kind of a sci-fi guy.
You are. You're way more
she
sci-fi
read that
than
in 5th grade. She read that out. So it was a chapter a day or a week or whatever. But she would go back to that book and read that entire book.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
So we talking about teachers that we hated?
Uh-huh.
I had one I hated.
You hated or?
No, hated.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't my teacher. It was a vice principal in high school.
Oh, God. Don't get me started.
Oh, my God. So I could not stand this guy, though.
Wow.
And this all started from when my 2nd or 3rd day in the fucking 9th grade, I got in trouble and got sent for fucking SWATs. I'm okay, dude. Back in middle school, I go to Mr. Baker. We get SWATs all fucking day long. That wacko was his term. He gets you up on bend over, wacko, pop, 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 go back to class.
Right.
Easy peasy, right?
Right. Get it done and over with.
This motherfucker. So about my 3rd day in the 9th grade, high school, I get in trouble and he's like, "We're gonna get you 3 SWATs." And I'm like, "Fucking don't care."
Right. You thought
Right?
you could take it like a man because you've had
Well, I
it before.
could have.
Been there, done that.
Could have.
Uh-huh.
But here's what happened.
Yeah.
He's like, bend over and grab your ankles. I'm like, you gonna fuck me?
Oh.
Well, I didn't say that, but it
Right.
sounds good now. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Elaborate
like-
just a little
yeah.
bit. Gotcha.
But he's like, bend over, grab your ankles. So I bend over, get ready for these swats, and I turn my head back
uh-huh.
because
You want to see it coming.
Daddy's got to see it coming.
I got you.
He's like, face the wall. I'm like, there's two ways this ends. You just gonna go ahead and swing, or something else. So we go through this. He doesn't want me to see him coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's not who I am.
Right. Right.
All right. I got to see it. This is like the same time when my toenail had to be pulled off.
Yeah. Yeah.
There ain't no way I'm turning my head on that bullshit.
Right.
Can't
No,
do
I
it.
get it. I
Can't
get it.
do it.
Yeah.
So we had this argument. So he got pissed
Mm-hmm.
and decided to go ahead and swat me while I was looking. And instead of pap,
Uh-huh.
he went full on Jose Canseco baseball, going to hit a home run.
Oh, wow.
And hit me so hard, he knocked me into the fucking wall. And after that, I'm like, I'm done. You're done. I'm done. You will never fucking hit me again.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
every time I got sent to the principal's office after that, he's like, you want swats or in-school suspension? I said, you give me in-school suspension, but you might as well suspend me because I'm not even coming to your fucking in-school suspension. You can fuck off. So he would give me in school. I wouldn't go. And then for 3 days, then I would go back to class.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my high school experience, looking back on it,
Could have been different.
no, if the teachers would have saw something,
Right.
and I'm not trying to be this pansy wansy fucking
No, I get
generation,
it.
but I was a more trade oriented type student,
Right.
an auto body or,
And it's funny that middle school and high school, back when I was in school, had programs like that. We had wood shop and stuff. I
Mhm.
took wood shop, So
I
we
bet you
had
took wood.
and speech drama, we did things like that, electives like that. We had the opportunity to do home ec, sewing, that it's like they don't have that stuff anymore. So I feel children
not
are
that they
not
don't have
really
it.
prepared for what's going to happen in real life. They have no idea
It's
whatsoever.
not that they don't have it, okay? It's like right now, they're oriented kids towards you have to have a college career. And not every kid is a college kid.
I feel that high school now is more geared toward you have to pass these SAT classes or whatever
What
they
we
are
need to
now,
be doing is identifying.
instead of teaching them what they need to be learning. They're more focused on teaching them what they need to pass these.
We need to
these
figure out a
tests.
way to find out which of these kids are our future plumbers, our future truck drivers, our future, tradesmen.
Waitresses,
Tradesmen, right? And you can make money in trades. I don't give a shit. The AC guys, the plumbers, the truckers, the mechanics.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
These people.
Cabinet makers.
I'm a 9th grade educated guy, and I went and learned a trade.
Right.
And in my trade of porn starring,
I
don't make a bad living.
Right.
I do good. Maybe I'm 75 going on 76. If I went to college, maybe I would have got here sooner.
Right.
But I'm okay with where I'm at.
Yeah. No, I get it. I absolutely understand.
My field and my trade's been good to me.
Yes. Yes. And you've been in it for a very long time.
A very long time.
So you are very educated about that field.
I stumbled into this fucking trade. There is never, ever a day where I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to grow up and do this.
Right. Right.
Right.
So, yeah, that's funny.
But I get to wear polos now. You know
that
what I'm
you
saying?
Well, I was going to say that you don't have to buy, but you do. I get it. So, yeah, it's funny. I like I said, I feel high schools nowadays, and even starting in middle school, they're more geared towards passing this test than anything else.
We're gonna miss in the future with all these kids with liberal arts degrees and bullshit degrees. We're gonna need that AC guy. We're gonna need that
absolutely.
plumber, that landscaper.
And the funny thing is,
fucking
I feel
construction guy.
nowadays, these people that we're going to rely on, the AC guy, the plumber, stuff like that, these are the people that are looked over
Yep.
with maybe dyslexia or something like that in high school, and they end up quitting, and that's how they get into what they're doing.
I think we need to quit focusing on these fucking college tests.
Yeah.
And we need to develop a program where we find out which kids are academic and which kids are tradesmen.
Yeah.
Because there is no shame in trades work.
No. And you can make a good living.
Yeah.
A good living at these things. So. Absolutely. I did have a teacher when I was in high school, a biology teacher. Was it biology or chemistry? I can't remember. Anyway, one of the two.
Chemistry. I bet you had some chemistry with him.
Hell yeah, buddy. I was hot. But
so this show's running long, so.
Oh, okay. Snap to it. Anyway, so it just so happened I was a young mother. And so in this class.
Am I the dad?
You're not the father. Uh-huh. So we were going to take our own blood, right? And we were going to do blood typing.
Okay.
Well, was it? We weren't taking our own blood. We were like taking blood of fellow students, like we're in a group, right? So you're going to take my blood. I'm going to take your blood, blah, 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 right? Fuck you. You're not a nurse. You don't know what you're doing. I'm not going to allow you to poke me with a fucking needle.
Word.
My teacher's like, you're going to do this or you're going to fail. And I'm like, fuck you. Not going to happen. First of all, I don't need you to tell me my blood type. I already know what my blood type is. Well,
it's red. Type red.
Exactly. And it fucking hurts when I bleed it. So anyway, she's like, so it turned into a big controversy, right? So I went home and I explained to my mother because, of course, the school called and I'm in fucking high school. And the school called and said, they had issues with me. I come home. This time I only went half a day anyway. I go home and mom's like, what's up? And I tell her, this is what the deal is. This is what I said. This is what I stand by. And she's like, I got you back, bitch.
That's awesome. Of all the problems I have with your mother, that's fucking awesome.
And she went to the school and she said, fuck you. You're not doing it. If she says no, the answer is no. And I agree with her because none of these students have any kind of degree. They're not, they don't draw blood. They're not phlebotomists or anything like that.
Huh?
It's the person that draws your blood.
Oh, I thought that was a florist.
No.
Anyway, go ahead.
Florist has to do with flowers.
Yeah, gotcha.
Anyway, so.
Happy Valentine's.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
So anyway, needless to say, I did not have to do it. I didn't get a 0 on that, and I didn't fail the class. Just saying.
Somebody's a bitch.
Because I was a bad fucking bitch. I was going to quickly tell the fishing story, right? We were talking about fishing. I remember when you and we were down at your mother used to have a cabin way back, that we went to.
No, I was there.
We were fishing one day and just so happened to be fishing on a bridge, and there was a snake. I remember
that bridge.
You remember the snake going by, and I was trying to grab the snake, throwing the rod and reel.
Yeah.
And I so many times, until he finally got too far out and I couldn't do it. So many times I damn near got him. That was like almost dead spot on aim. I was fucking nailing it.
So what do you want, a fishing fucking award or what?
Yeah,
you need your own fishing show?
That.
Hey,
I might.
National Geographic, if you need a fucking fishing host, contact us at meandmrsalwaysright at gmail.com. All complaints go to Trevor the intern.
Yeah, or you can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Me and Mrs. Always. Stop! You can also find us on Instagram or Facebook at Me and Mrs. Always Right.
Or if you're with the Discovery Channel or National Geographic and you're looking for a fishing show,
yes,
find us on Patreon at Patreon/Me and Mrs. Always Right, where you get pre and post show content right along with unedited episodes.
Yes. That was awesome.
That was fucked up.
No. I don't know why I just thought about the whole fishing thing. I did want to tell that, but anyway.
Well, you got it in.
I did get it in, and I feel so accomplished now. And
All right.
So thanks, honey.
I love you, baby.
I love you too.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.